What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome you back to more Let's Play Pokemon Black and White 2. In the last episode, we finished exploring Clay Tunnel and made it to the underground ruins where we caught both Regirock and Regice. Now, we are one Regi away from a full set, which unfortunately we are not going to be getting in this playthrough. And I want to point that out at the beginning of the episode because if we head back in here and we go through this opening in the cave, you walk in here and you're going to notice that you got a kind of an ominous room in here. What the heck is going on in this place? Lots of boulders that need to be pushed into place. This seems honestly like kind of a challenge to get through this area, so we'll have to see if we can't find our way through somehow. Now, there are a number of things that you can do to kind of push everything into place. I am going to start by moving this one up here. So, oh, hold on. Actually, I need to go up one more. There we go. And then we're going to go around. We're just going to push all of these boulders right where they belong as we make our way through this area. But what we need to do is basically create a vertical path stretching through here. So now we got this one over this way. If I can just push these up. Sometimes it's just like not playing nice with me at all. I want to make sure we don't accidentally... Oh, I see. I screwed it up immediately. Gosh dang it. That was exactly what I could not afford to frickin' do. Now I'm going to have to reset this entire room again. Gosh dang it. And by reset the entire room, I have just bet the rock. Okay, I'm going to be more careful about this. I'm only supposed to push it over one spot before I go back underneath it again. So right there. And then there we go. That was what I was supposed to do. All right, all the way over. And now we can head on up. And right here, it's a statue of a Pokemon. It exudes tremendous power. This right here, it's pretty obvious if you already know what it is, but if you don't know what it is, this is Regigigas, which is basically the king of the Regis, the legendary beast of all legendary beasts, or legendary beast, is that not true? The legendary giant of all legendary giants, I should say. Now, the only way to activate this thing is to have all three Regis in your party and then talk to it, which is not something I'm going to be able to do, but I'll go over Regigigas really quickly. It is a normal type Pokemon with the ability Slow Start. Slow Start has the user's attack and speed stats during the first 5 turns in battle. However, once Slow Start is done, this thing obviously wrecks complete shop. It is a very powerful Pokemon with a base power of 670. Every single one of its stats is above 100 except for special attack, which is just 80, but its HP, defense, and special defense are all 110. Its attack is 160, and its speed is 100. So you're just kind of waiting out the slow start game with this thing, but once it gets going, it really gets going. This thing is going to have Revenge, Wide Guard, Zen Headbutt, and Payback. So if you're not catching it almost immediately, you're not going to have a very fun time fighting this thing. Like I said, I'm not really going to bother with it because I am not going to be going after every single one of the Regis, unfortunately, but I did want to at least showcase that before we got to move on. But all right, welcome now, and once and for all, and much more properly, to Twist Mountain, everybody. Now, it is obviously autumn when we are here. We're going to talk to this guy. If you look for something in an empty place, you can discover things like this fossil I just found. Take this. This guy right here, every single day, will give you a... I believe it's every single day. He will give you a different fossil that you can get, and it's one of the 9 potential fossils that you can get throughout all of the Pokemon games. So you've got the Helix fossil, which he just gave me, turns into Ammonite. You got the Dome fossil, which turns into Kabuto. You got the Old Amber that turns into Aerodactyl. The Root fossil that turns into Lileep. The Claw fossil that turns into Anorith, the Skull fossil that turns into Cranidos, the Armor fossil that turns into Shieldon, and then finally the Cover fossil that turns into Tutrawuga, and the Plume fossil that turns into Archon. All of these are available from this guy, and we can then take them off to Nacrene City, which we have not actually been to yet, and that is where you're going to revive these, much the same way that you did in the first game. So we'll be sure to revive that Ammonite a little bit later. But for now, let's step out on in to the open air and welcome once and for all, welcome properly to Twist Mountain, everybody. I don't think there are any new Pokemon to be had here. Nothing newly available. I mean, there are some like interesting ones that can be caught, like Cryogonal and Beartick and things like that, but nothing that I would even need to take a second to go over. So we're going to fight a lot of trainers out here. We're going to be doing a lot of work. Gathering items. Okay, what is going on with my D-pad right now? This is ridiculous. Nothing really worth going over. Can we not use these beds? For some reason, I was under the impression that we could to heal up, but I suppose that doesn't matter. I should also point out that between episodes, I actually got Kamina back, and I put Tomoe away in the PC because Tomoe was ridiculously overpowered. Let me actually switch Johanna to the front since he, has the lucky egg at the moment, and then we can get a move on. Like I said, we're just going to be battling trainers, gathering items, things like that. That is the wrong item I wanted. I want this thing. There we go. Dowsing machine, please, and thank you. And just like with Clay Tunnel, it's going to be a number of episodes getting through all this, but we're not anticipating any more legendaries as we get through Twist Mountain. I want to make that crystal clear. Nothing like that. This is going to be more of going through this area and whatnot. Ooh, Glalie. Okay. This thing actually might tank my Heat Wave. We'll see. I really hope it doesn't. The main reason I actually want Johanna out is because I don't have Tomoe, and there's still a lot of rock types in this area as well. And Giga Drain is going to be the best solution to that, I think. Bear Tick, okay. Yep, sure. Why not? Guess we're going to be going up against these workers and their Ice-type Pokemon. This also tracks very well for Johanna, so sweet. But yeah, just like in the first game, I am going to be backtracking through this place once winter sets in, and that's when we're going to finally and officially have this game set to winter. This is going to be the first time we've achieved that season in this entire Let's Play, so I wanted to be clear about that. Get ourselves a Dusk Ball, since I used my 1 on Regirock to no avail. Get a Rare Bone. I actually don't know if there is any other instances where a Dusk Ball is even going to help me against any legendaries, but oh well. Let's keep going. We're just going to be making our way all over the place in here. We got a Hiker here, so let's battle him next. And there's a number of inside workers that we can go after. I think the 2 that we're fighting now, you cannot battle in winter. I think you can only battle them in spring, summer, and autumn. So that is worth mentioning. Larvitar. Okay, well, you're definitely fine to deal with my Volcarona here, but the next Pokemon that this guy's going to throw out at me is not by any means. I refuse to throw my Volcarona against that. All right. Probopass. Yeah, we're definitely swapping. So I'll go to Jack for this one. And Jack should be able to do some damage. I'm sure this Probopass has a ground move or something of that nature that's going to really mess me up, but its attack isn't too terrifying. I'd rather deal with the singular weakness to ground than the quad weakness to rock. That's also stab on my Volcarona. So, yeah, we'll just Aura Sphere you and just one-shot you. Okay, that works too. Good job, Jack. Very proud of you, and he should hit level 61 off of that. So there we go. Okay. So now we can head up to the next area, and there's going to be a bunch of stronger trainers up above as we go. I don't think I want to go that way. This place is a little bit of a maze, so I'm going to have to do some backtracking here and there. Like it looks like there's actually an item down there that I neglected to grab, so that's my bad. Let's battle this guy next. There's not a ton of ones outside. I think there's only like 4 or something like that. This guy's only got 1 Pokemon, I think. Cliff, and he's gonna throw a Sigilyph. Is that why he has the Sigilyph? Because it rhymes with cliff? No, there's no way that's what they were thinking of. It's too dumb. It's too dumb. I don't really have anything to fight this with, though, actually. You know what I do have, though? And actually, if we're going to be outside, I might as well use her for this, because this is a perfect opportunity to use literally the best response ever to a rainstorm. Thunder, baby. Never misses in the rain. Oh, I love that. Absolutely beautiful. That is definitely going to be a one-shot. Because, yeah, I'm looking at all the other Pokemon out here, and yeah, I definitely should have Kamina fight them all. I'll have to switch the Lucky Egg around before I run into the next fight, if possible. Although, well, there is another trainer out here that might not be the best for. I don't know. We'll see. We're going back inside now, though. And like I said, I'm just going to be kind of exploring all over Twist Mountain as we go, so do bear with me. You've got a Rare Bone there. Might have to actually even go back up and around. So we do have an item over here. In the corner. Get ourselves an Ultra Ball. Thank you very much. I did spend a lot of those, and I'm going to need to go and replenish my stock on those a little bit later. Okay, what does this person have before I get started on this fight? I actually am going to swap to Kamina for this. So let's do that. Item, move. There we go. Perfect. The scope lens was on Kamina. Interesting. I actually did not know that. All right, let's do this thing. And actually, I might have the wrong veteran here now that I look at it. There's actually a potential of 2. We'll see. Did I get this right or wrong? I got it right. Okay, whew, we're good. Oh, that's right. It's a rotation battle. Oh, shoot. Well, this is a problem. I definitely need to get Paula out of there because, oof, that's an issue. Well, I'm going to Thunderbolt with you. Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to switch to Archeops. The only thing that's going to be able to tank my Thunderbolt is going to be that Kangaskhan. I think Archeops should go down in one shot. Yeah, there we go. Good job, Kamina. Always reliable. Paula's getting way too much experience out of this. Okay, I'm going to anticipate another swap here. You didn't. So I guess I'll just keep Paula in. I definitely need to switch again because I'm pretty sure we're going to get a triple battle at some point. That was a lot of frickin' damage. Okay, well, wasn't expecting to retaliate there. Let's see. I guess I could go to Farina. There's a possibility this Gyarados knows an ice attack, but I don't know. We will see. I'm going to use Rock Slide because I know I've got the speed advantage here, and I had a feeling that was going to be the swap. So let's see if we can't flinch this thing. There we go. Beautiful. Yep, keep rotating. I'll just keep No, don't miss. Oh, crap. Oh, my gosh. This veteran is messing me up right now. Okay, good job, Farina. Way to tank that. No, really? Twice? You know, for what is that? The probability of that happening is 1 in 100 of it missing 2 times in a row. And for what that probability is, that happens a hell of a lot in this game. Like, way too much. All right, let's just Aura Sphere this Kangaskhan. Please and thank you. You knock this thing out, finally. And then, to deal with the Gyarados. You're welcome, Paula. This is all for you. I wasn't intending to do that, but okay. Gyarados. Do I want to... No, not you. Not you. I don't know if I do. I don't know if I want to. But then again, I don't really have anything better here either. So maybe just use Psychic and see how much that does. Not a lot! Crap. Okay, it has Earthquake. Let's see if it tries to use that again as I swap to you. Use Giga Drain here. Oh my gosh, this Gyarados, man. This frickin' Gyarados. Okay, luckily Johanna is able to mostly tank that. There's another Giga Drain here. Let's see if it uses Waterfall next. It probably will. No, it used Earthquake again. Okay, you're not going to use a water move in this situation. That would be probably the best move, but okay. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of healing after this fight. Oh my gosh, I didn't know this was going to be a rotation battle. Son of a gun. There we go. All right, well, I have a lot of healing to do, so give me just a second. Okay, all done, and I've also moved Paula to the back of the party so that she can't get into that situation again and get all of that free experience that I definitely did not want to give her. Let's head on down here, and we're going to head on outside this way. And this episode's just about done, but I got a couple more things I can do, especially if we're going to run into another trainer out here, which might happen. Ooh, but I don't know if I want to fight you. No, I don't. I definitely don't want to fight you. Not with Kamina anyway. I am going to move this and swap this with Jack. Oh, hold on. I need to swap places with Jack too. Sorry, that's not the end of that. And we'll do this last fight and then we'll call this an episode. And also grab that item, of course. Hi. Fight for my love of my Pokemon. Okay, so this lady right here, this is a nurse, and she is going to have just one Pokemon to throw at us, which is going to be Blissey, which is the highest experience yield Pokemon in the entire game. So Jack is about to absolutely feast on experience because Blissey's physical defense is absolutely garbage, which means that a single close combat should deal with this thing no problem. Let's do it. You know, with that in mind, I probably didn't need to heal everybody after all with all those max potions, but whatever. That's a lot of HP that we just knocked out there. Blissey has the highest HP in the entire game. Holy crap! 17,283 experience. Enough for an entire level. Gosh! So much experience. Yeah, Jack definitely earned that one. That's your love of my Pokemon. Here's my love of Pokemon. Well, thank you, Carol. You are the best. Love Pokemon always make me feel better, or make them feel better, I think is what she said. Full restore, we'll take that, and we're going to call this an episode, guys. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Let's Play Pokemon Black and White 2. Very, very much. Oh my gosh, I almost ran into that fight before I was ready. I will see you all in the next one.